I'm gonna just give it like a basic definition. Struggle love is any situation that's romantic, but you feel like it's constantly a battle to see eye to eye. Usually it's a situation where finances are like severely just not okay. Also, it could be a situation where money is not even an issue, but you struggling to get the title or the commitment that you're really looking for. That's my basic simple definition of it. Um the main thing that I feel like gets people involved in these situations is not even low self-esteem, it's just a lack of awareness. Most of the time people are naive. They don't even know that such I guess horrific conditions for a relationship even exist until they get in it and they see it with their own eyes. But initially, prior to even being in the relationship, they just never would have even imagined that someone could live like this, or like literally just watch you struggle to meet basic needs for your own self, or they're just watching you struggle. They have the means to help you out in your situation, they just won't do it. So that's kind of something that's really difficult to deal with, but it's also something that a lot of people come to me to talk about. They don't necessarily say it up front, like, hey, I'm dealing with struggle love. But when I describe it, it resonates, and they're just like, oh shit, like, how do I get out of this? So I wanted to just pull some cards to like motivate people. If this is something that you're dealing with, or it's something that you've dealt with in the past and you're still struggling to move on, maybe you got out of one situation but then you just ended up in another one. So this is just what I wanted the video to be about. I just want to shuffle real quick to see what comes up, and then I'll speak on it. But the first one is kind of going to be about, like, what got you here. So hopefully it resonates with a lot of you. I'm just going to shuffle and pull like I do in a general reading. So, I'm just going to split the deck and show you what comes up. All right. So this, sorry, I'm so awkward. This is what got you here, right? The Fool and the Maiden of Stones. So the Maiden of Stones is the same thing as the Knight of Pentacles. The Fool, this is someone going into a brand new situation, kind of blind, like a child, just very naive, like I said, a little bit immature, or they just don't have a lot of like life experience to show them otherwise. And then the Maiden of Pentacles, the Maiden of Stones, same thing as the Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who's being offered some sort of commitment or exchange, like, you give me this, I give you that. Maybe initially it was of equal value, but as time went on, that clearly was not the case anymore. So that's how you got there. If you're currently dealing with it, how can you get out of it or address it? And the Maiden of Branches came up reversed. So this is the same thing as the Knight of Wands coming up reversed. I think it's saying, like, if you struggle with being a little bit impulsive, especially if relationships don't come to you easily, and you feel like you constantly have to like convince someone to be with you, or convince them to like give you attention, give you the time of day, do what you like, take you shopping, give you some money to get your nails done, cook for you, take you on dates, be seen in the daylight with you. If you're constantly having to push for that, and the other person is just kind of like, they don't care, that's also another sign of struggle love. But I think the card is basically saying to stop doing all of that. Like, you don't have to be initiating stuff all the time, taking the initiative if this other person is not trying to meet you halfway. A big part of struggle love too is constantly overgiving, being overgiving of your time, overgiving of your energy. Learn how to take some back for yourself. Learn how to hold space for yourself. You don't always have to be so just constantly like bombarding this person, trying to break down their walls and like get deep into them and like prove that you deserve to be around them. That should never really be the case, especially when women do this. I'm kind of just like, you don't have to do that. Like, that's the man's job. But if you're in a same-sex couple, I just don't feel that you need to constantly be going so hard for this person to give you the time of day. Like, if someone's interested, they should be letting you know. If you like playing hard to get, that's on you. But a lot of the time, some people do that thinking there's some great reward at the end, but the only thing that you get out of it is struggle love. So if you're in the situation right now, that's just the message. And going forward, what can you do to either prevent yourself from being in these situations or to get out of it, to see it coming, something like that. Let's just see, you know, like, what's in the future for you, because it's a really hard mindset to shake, especially for the people who kind of just constantly ended up in that situation. But I do be trying to tell people, like, don't be so quick to offer anything. And then also, as a woman, you know, don't be like awesome, oh, well, I like you, so, you know, if you like me back, then let me know. Like, you don't have to do all that. So I'm just gonna shuffle and then pull a card for what to do in the future to prevent this situation or to get out of it. These are some good cards too as I'm cutting the deck, but I just want to like pull one card. So I'll just go with this one. Major arrows reverse. So that's funny because when I was doing this recording earlier, I had to stop and redo it. But this card came up too, reverse also. So I like when this card comes up because it does deal with the way that you speak to yourself and the way that you speak to other people. But when the major arrows shows up reverse, it's the same thing as a page of swords. Usually someone is very ill-equipped, not very skilled or trained with addressing this issue verbally or mentally, getting someone on the same level as you. So something also to think about when it comes to struggle love is knowing that you don't have to constantly wait on someone, but also you don't have to put yourself in a situation where you feel like you can't even like think of a way to get out of it. You know, like the arrows cards, that has a lot to do with mental energy. If you feel like you can't even possibly think of a way out of the situation, that's a problem, because your mind is really all that you have. Like, everything starts there. So if struggle love has put such a hold on you that even though you're not getting what you want, you can't even see yourself getting out of the situation, that's a problem. I feel like this is what this card is trying to say. Know in the future, when you've gotten so far gone or so far involved with this person or the situation or this lifestyle that you're just stuck. Like, there's no way out. That's the main takeaway. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it resonated. Like I said in my story the other day, I really feel like it's part of my mission to inspire people to know that you don't have to deal with this. You can get what you want out of life, out of love, out of whatever, without having to settle or just deal with being treated really poorly. You don't have to settle for that. So like I said, let me know if this was helpful. That's it. Again, my name is Coco. You can follow me, like my video, drop a comment if it resonated with you. But for the most part, DM me too if this is something you struggle with and you would like a reading to help you get out of the situation. All right? Y'all take care.